Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the Wealth and Wellness Accelerator course that we're doing, workshop of excellence. Hi, guys. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hi, guys. I'm just going to give it a second. So on day 2, you should have received, good morning, Kay. We got people in YouTube as well. Let me actually pin a comment to that. Join on YouTube if you're healing with Ginger DeClue. Healing with Ginger DeClue. Okay, let me just pin that. Can I pin that comment? Okay, so good morning, guys. So day 2 of the training. So you should have received in an email this morning the worksheet for day 2 for the Wealth and Wellness Accelerator. This is what it should look like. This is what the worksheet looks like. You received that in an email. You will only receive that in your email, obviously, if you register for the workshop. Hey, Renee. Hey, beautiful. So yeah, you can check your email. And if you're watching this on a replay, you are welcome to go into my link in bio and you can actually register and you'll get sent the worksheets for day 1 and day 2. So today is going to be a really beautiful day. Good day. So today we are going to be going over day 2 of the Wealth and Wellness Accelerator. Please hold your questions. If I have time, I will try to answer them at the end, but this is a workshop. So just pay attention, try to follow along with us. Get your worksheet. Who has their worksheets? And second question, if you were here yesterday, what are you thinking? Were you able to kind of maybe explore a little more on your worksheets from day 1? I'm just curious to know how that was for you guys. I got so many positive messages. I was really excited to see that you guys were excited and you guys got a lot of value. Yesterday, I gave you guys a ton of value. So hello, Yuritsa. Hello on YouTube. And if you guys are having a struggle on Instagram, I know Instagram has been acting weird. You can definitely join me on YouTube. Healing with Ginger DeClue is my handle on YouTube. So go there if you're having a struggle. Also, I have YouTube Premium for like $8 a month. So I love having YouTube Premium because I can actually watch videos while I'm doing other things. That's just a little tidbit. Yesterday was fire. I'm so glad you loved it. And then if you didn't get your worksheets, always remember, I'm a business, so you're gonna probably get your email from me in your promotions, and also in your spam. It could be in spam. So if you don't have it, check promotions, check spam. Remember to register, click the link in my bio or DM me to register so you can get those downloads. Renee says, I did my IG stalking list. It was so helpful. Renee, I was really thinking about you and the other artists who were here yesterday. And, how can you help other actors understand the steps it takes to land auditions? Right? Like while you're in the process of as an actor, how can you show them what you need to do? What classes you need to take? How do you find an agent? How do you find work? Casting networks? What are the websites, right? You can add a lot of value to the artist community as artists. Not just to be an artist and be on stage, but also helping other artists. So there's a lot you can explore and do if you're a singer or a musician or a writer or an actor or a comedian. There's a lot of ways that you can add value and you can be of service to other artists. So that's something I was thinking about after our call yesterday. I was thinking about you guys. I was like, oh man, I got so many ideas for you guys. So day 2. We are going to be focusing on your message and ideal client. So first of all, remember, none of this is really possible if you are not healthy. Just telling you right now, straight up, to really take a business and create a business. And even if you're struggling to figure out what the heck your niche is, what the heck your passions are, you need to be healthy. So today's wellness tips are really centered around mental clarity. We really need you to get healthy in order to succeed and for you to sustain your health, right? Renee, become a reader for other actors, right? Renee, when you are trying to make it out here on Instagram as an actor, you're going to probably do a lot better if you do service tips. You're going to gain a bigger following, which is going to make it easier for you also to get work. Just say. So our wellness tip for the day, though, is these are centered around getting mental clarity, because if you don't have your health, you will not be able to sustain a successful company. Just FYI from my own experience. So number one, we want to do a 30-minute sauna session a day. Or a steam bath. If you don't have access to a sauna, you can always do a steam bath where you just close your shower curtain, throw some Epsom salts in the bath, and then sit in the tub and let the shower actually fill up your bathtub. So you put the shower on as hot as you can, and that'll act like a steam room or a sauna. So you don't need to go to the gym to get sweating, because sweating helps release toxins, which is going to cause more brain clarity. The second wellness tip of the day for you guys is to drink herbal tea to hydrate and heal your system. Herbal tea is really powerful, especially peppermint tea. Peppermint tea creates focus, it creates clarity, it actually gives you an energy boost, and it's also good for your stomach. So I know from my years of being sick that when your head hurts, when your stomach hurts, it's kind of hard to focus on what your dreams are, what you want to be achieving. So try to incorporate a little bit of sweating into your day. Just relaxing in the tub and sweating. It also allows you to gain that, ideas come in when you're in a relaxed state, right? Like when you're in a receptive place. So try the peppermint tea. Really easy to get a hold of peppermint tea. They sell it at all the different stores. Every grocery store has peppermint tea. And you can add lots of lemon and honey to your tea if you don't, I got poor connection. If you don't like it. So today we are turning our attention to who your zone of genius will serve. So your ideal client, in order to have clarity around what to offer as a solution, okay, we have to first identify who we can serve and who you want to serve. Who do you want to work with? Okay? Who in the marketplace wants or needs your services, right? Who needs your solution and is willing to pay, right? Is willing to pay for it, and someone you would love to work with. So let's find your ideal client, guys. Let's do it. I just want you to remember two things. People will buy from you a product or a service in order to decrease pain and to increase pleasure. So always keep that in mind. Always focus on how you are decreasing a person's pain in an area of their life, and through decreasing that pain, you are increasing the pleasure. So always keep that in mind. And another thing, focus on who you want to work with. You don't have to feel like you have to work with one specific type of person, right? That's something that a lot of coaches will teach. And that's what I was taught, is like, you need to niche it down, and you only serve like single mothers with 2 kids, or like you only serve this 25-year-olds with this problem. Like, no, you know, if you have something really valuable, focus on the pain point. And a lot of different people could have that pain. But who are the types of people you want to work with? Right? Who are the types of people you want to work with? Who do you want to see have the transformation? So first of all, first question of the worksheet is, who in the marketplace has this problem? So serving people in the area of finances. Financial healing is so important, Marissa. That is, to be honest, one of the most crucial things that most people just have no idea. Most people don't know that all you got to do is invest $200 a month from the time you're 18, and you'll have over $1 million by the time you retire. I think it's $2 million. Like, how do you serve people and teach them, right? How can you help them solve these long-term financial problems? That's something that everyone needs help with, right? But maybe you specifically want to teach, 25-year-olds, right? You don't have to, but if you want to say like, hey, I really want to serve this young community of people who are struggling because they are spending money on going to the bar instead of understanding if they just took a little bit of this money and invested in their health or invested in their wealth, they'd be able to retire younger and be able to retire wealthy. So, you have to think of who has these problems, and it could be anyone, right? And we talked about yesterday what our problem solution was, right? What our passion was and how we found that zone of genius. That was day one. So day two is, who are the people who are going to really need your services, right? Is it new moms? Is it parents? We had a young lady yesterday who said, I really want to serve parents and mothers. Is parenting a skill? I was like, yeah, but parenting is a really hard skill and we need more great parents. Look at these horrible kids. I went trick-or-treating last night and I would say my neighborhood kids are pretty good, but you could just tell there was teenage kids and you could tell their parents never punished them. You could tell their parents never told them, hey, if there's a person with a stroller, let them by. They just would act like they ran the world, because from the time they're this big, they're not given any discipline. We need to be taught how to be better parents so our kids can grow up. So, who are you here to help? Are you here to help corporate executives? Are you here to help a small business to grow their accounts so they can be a social media presence and so they can gain more clients? Are you here to help businesses to grow? Are you here to help entrepreneurs? Maybe it's baby boomers. Maybe it's like you're having a midlife crisis and your estrogen levels are all crazy and you don't have enough hormones, and I know how to help you with that. Or you have you're 40 now and it's harder to lose that weight. I had a yoga instructors in here yesterday, right? Empty nesters, overweight men, college grads. So take a second to figure out who you will help, who you can help. And if you're struggling, if day one was a struggle, don't worry. We're going to help you get your mental clarity around who you are here to serve. So in that box, just who in the marketplace has this problem, it'd be really helpful for you. Like for me, for instance, like who do I serve? I serve people who have chronic health problems, right? I serve people who are dealing with HSV infections. I serve people who are infertile. I serve people who are just feeling crappy, who have autoimmune, right? So that's the people I like to serve, people who want to get better from the things that they've been diagnosed. And then based on that list, circle one or two specific groups that excite you most when it comes to working together. Like, don't feel bad if maybe you are not mature enough or too mature. Maybe you're too mature to work with the 20-year-olds or 25-year-olds. Maybe you're not mature enough to work with a 60-year-old, right? So don't feel bad. Be honest about who you actually enjoy speaking with, who you'd actually be excited to work with. So in the chat, let me know, maybe you want to help people just exactly like you, right? This one is big. People don't understand business. It'll help you make so many right decisions. So yeah, so whoever you think is a good fit, I'd love to hear it in the comments section. Thank you for the badge, by the way. Let me know what you guys think about who you'd like to serve. And then from that, we are going to focus on where does your ideal client see themselves in the future, right? What does your problem lead them to? People who are active, she said. Growing businesses, right? Where do they see themselves in the future? Do they see themselves, for instance, my CMOS friend who's trying to grow a CMOS business, do they see themselves off of medication, right? Are they seeing themselves without having to take 14 pills a day? Hardworking people with chronic diseases. So yeah, or people, that's kind of a funny one because as someone who works with a lot of people with chronic diseases, unfortunately, most of the times they're not hardworking. Like, honestly, because they can't, or because so you have to really be a little more specific, because, maybe what you want to rephrase that as is people with chronic illness who see themselves as hardworking, who'd like to see themselves hardworking, because they're no longer sick. So, really be specific with who you want to help. People wanting to overcome adversity. That's a good one. People who no longer want to be the victim. people who are suffering and teaching them how to transition to veganism. I want to help formerly incarcerated men become acclimated back into society. Oh, that's a really powerful one. Determined individuals. Yeah, thanks, Ginger. Yeah, so just be careful too how you want to kind of take and make this transformation for them and show them that they can transform. So, where does this person see themselves? So that was perfect. I want to see people who were incarcerated who are now back acclimated into society, right? So if you were trying to monetize that, and we're going to get into that more in depth tomorrow on day 3, when I explain how my program is really designed to literally help you take your idea all the way to a business and all the way to selling your courses and your products. But yeah, you put together a program, and you walk them through a transformation of here's the steps it's going to take for you to get back into society and as a functioning member of society, right? People like me culturally, many health influencers are white. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what are we going back to segregation days, guys? I totally kind of understand this like representation, and you want to, feel represented, but I don't know about that one. I'm just gonna be honest. Just saying, like, if you feel very passionately that you only want to work with a specific racial group, you're getting into some murky territory with that one. But again, you have to do what resonates with you. But as a business owner, I don't know if that's the best business model. If you're just like, I only want to work with this, because I think if a white person were to say that on here, we'd be having a whole meltdown in the chat. I only want to work with blondes and girls who are like me. Woo! It'd be a little crazy. So just be careful of the segregationist mindset that's being pushed down our throats right now. We want to serve, and we want to be inclusive, right? We want to unite, right? Like, I think it's so important. This is a little bit of a tangent, but I think right now it's so important that we understand that no matter what color or creed we are fighting the same, people. We're all the ones of the living. We're in the land of the living, and we really need to focus on banding together as best we can. And the divide thing is really hurting us. Remove the limiting beliefs, right? So now that we have gone a little bit deeper in uncovering, yes, we want to serve people as a whole, unity. What about if you don't have any product or want to? Okay, that's a stupid question. There are such things, stupid questions. So everybody, if you don't want to succeed, you're in the wrong page. You're in the wrong page. You're in the wrong page. So now that you have gone deeper with uncovering your ideal client, you should have a good idea of what exactly you want to work with. There should be 1 to 2 specific types of people in mind. So maybe, you do want to work with, like, I want to work with inner city girls, right? And that's a little less abrasive, right? Or I want to work with new moms, right? So my ideal client example, this is in your example box, is a new mom who's struggling to feed her kids healthy foods. I had a chef in here yesterday who was like, I want to teach how to do 30-minute meals. Or like, I want to serve people on medications who, or middle-aged people on medications who don't want to be tied to their doctor's office anymore. They're sick and tired of being on all these drugs. So, this is what we want to put into our, what we want to work with, right? So who are we serving? And what is their pain? And if you can nail that down, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So I'd love to hear in the chat who your ideal client is and what their pain is. Who is your client and what their pain is? I'd like to serve recently incarcerated people who can't get a job, right? Like, that's a great one, that you know exactly who they are and their pain. So I'd love to see what you guys are going to say for that one. I want to work with humans who want the best for their vessel and soul, cure the present and future of our society. That's a good one. I want to work with the best for their vessel. I resonate with that really strongly, Belle. basic life skills for young adults 18 to 25 to set realistic goals for adulthood. Okay, that's a beautiful 18 to 25 years. I want to help young adults set up their life for success. I'm here to help young adults set themselves up for success. Let's see. I have a passion for diabetics who are tired of running back and forth to the bathroom. So yeah, if you specifically want to work with the diabetics, that's beautiful because you could make all content. And for you, I'd love for you to look up a page, Mastering Diabetes. That would be a great page for you to look at. I'd love for you to look at that page, Mastering Diabetes, because that's all they do. Their book is called Mastering Diabetes. All they talk about is diabetes on their page, blood sugar, right? So you can kind of see what they are talking about. And I've read their book. I love their book. And I get a lot of my information from their book as well. I want to help people who are on welfare become financially stable. So honey, you're going to have to help them transform their mindset, right? You're going to have to help them transform their mindset. I don't really know who I want to serve. I want to buy property and rent it out. I work with homeless people finding apartments. So I'm thinking about, maybe I'll rent out homeless who receive government. I mean, again, like there are just some people, I'll just be completely honest with you. There are some people who, I don't want to say can't be helped, but are you looking to do a charity, right? Are you wanting to do a charity or are you wanting to do a business? Because if you're trying to serve homeless people, honey, that's more something that you might want to look into doing a charity, because that's a very risky, that's not really a business model. Like homeless people don't have any money. Like how are they going to buy anything from you, I don't mean to laugh, but that's something that maybe is a charitable thing. And perhaps first we serve people who are ready to receive. Honey, not everyone is ready to receive. Not everyone is entitled to your wisdom. This is just reality. And so perhaps you don't start with charity. You start with being profitable, and you're so profitable that then you can do your charitable work. Does that sound more like a better plan? Because you want to be able to have resources to actually make an impact. You need money to make an impact. You cannot do it with hopes and prayers and wishes. You can pray and hope, but you need to have financial capital in order to do it. So for those of you who want to do charitable work, perhaps you start by taking your idea. So you have this great idea about renting places. Teach other entrepreneurs about renting. Teach other entrepreneurs about making Airbnbs, or how to buy a house without your own money, how to get money from other investors. And then now that you've created a business, you can then create a nonprofit that you feel proud of that you're serving, right? For me, my thing is I'm less about charity. I'm more about putting people to work. You give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, he eats for a life. So I don't do charity, I hire people. That's my charity, because I'd rather have a person who's paying their bills, who has a roof over their head, who maybe one day will be able to buy a house because they're working for me. So it's a little I'm just giving you guys a little mindset shift, or at least my perspective, not to say that my perspective is perfect or the right or only perspective, but this is something you have to really think about if you want to create an actual business for yourself. Are you trying to create a business, or are you trying to create a nonprofit, that is very challenging? You're basically begging for money, versus having your own capital, being your own boss, and then doing what you will with that money. And maybe instead of trying to put homeless in your apartments, you hire them to work on your apartments. That's a lot more powerful than saying, oh, I'm just going to give you an apartment to live in, right? Like, we are seeing, guys, that charity doesn't work. It doesn't, right? Because the person is always waiting for more handouts, and they're disempowered because they're not given the tools. They need tools to go out and create their own abundance, their own wealth. So just a perspective for you guys. So think about working with people who are actually in a position to work with you. And maybe on the back burner, you put this like, man, I really want to help homeless people. I really want to help impoverished people. But you can't draw blood from an empty stone, or from a stone, right? You can't draw blood from a stone. So try to make your self a success, and then you can reach back down and pull others up with you. Just my perspective as a former welfare recipient, as a former impoverished person. okay? And a woman of color, all the things, and a single mom, right? All the things. I was a single mom. So now we need to master your message. I just want to say one last thing. You cannot help everyone. Not everyone wants to be helped. That's why we want to talk about who do we really want to work with. We want to work with people who want, that's why I love that one comment. And it was like, I want to work with people who are ready to transform. You don't want to just help, I'm sick, right? Well, do you want to do the work? Do you want to invest in yourself? No, I don't. I just want you to give me whatever. Well, they're not going to be a fun client. I can tell you straight up, I've worked with a lot of people. You want to work with people who really want to change their life. They aren't looking to get a handout, right? So master your message. Now let's talk about mastering your message and how to set yourself apart as an expert. To set yourself apart as an expert. Even if you're just starting out, you do not need to have millions of followers to establish yourself as an expert, okay? I made my first $10,000 month with less than 10,000 followers. I think I had like 4,500 followers, and I made $10,000 in that month when I had that many followers, okay? So if you don't know your message, you will be on an uphill battle, okay, in getting results in your business. Without a clear and concise message, you won't be able to attract your ideal clients. Right? Like I have a friend of mine who I love her, but she wants to be a coach, but she shares pictures of her kids and she shares videos of her kids. And it's like, how is that related to you as a coach, right? You have to make sure that you are messaging, everything is a message. And we are in the business of making money, guys. That's what we're in the business of. That's what this is about. This is not about charity. This is about creating a company. It's so powerful. You have no idea. All right. So this worksheet will help you uncover your big message. So take some time to go through the prompts, and I promise this is going to pay off. So number one, we need to say and establish, and we can even, you can work to make this into your Instagram bio, right? I help people detox as an iridologist. Right? I help you cleanse and heal using fruit, right? So what is the mission that your Zone of Genius delivers, right? What is the mission? Remember what I said yesterday. We are being of service. This is good. This is good stuff. We need more people of service so that, like I said, we can exit the matrix. Money is simply a tool. It's like a hammer. A hammer can build a house or it can, bust Paul Pelosi up. Right? It can build or destroy. And we are going to use this tool to build, to help, to serve. Beautiful. It's beautiful. So what is the mission, right? My CMOS guy, I help diabetics lower their insulin use and reverse type 2 diabetes. Boom! You have a beautiful niche. You specifically help one type of person, right? I know I couldn't help that joke. I had to throw it in there, guys. I apologize. That was a crazy story. So how do you, that's a beautiful one. That is a beautiful niche. You are very niche down, which is great because you have a specific group of people who you help. Just people who have diabetes, right? I want to help people through aromatherapy. Well, how do you help them with the aromatherapy? How does it help? Remember, the pain. What pain do you solve in the aromatherapy? Because look, right now at my desk, I have some tangerine, right? I actually am a Young Living ambassador, but I only do it because I like to get the discount. It's one of the many things that I could be promoting for you guys as far as health, because I believe in essential oils, but it's just I have other things going on and I do it for myself. Maybe one day when I have another 20 hours in the week, I'll start sharing more about aromatherapy. But for instance, this is tangerine. Smells great. Smells zesty. Smells citrusy. Cool. So smelling good. It comes from tangerines, organic tangerines. All right. Cool. Why do I care? What if I said to you, do you lack focus? Do you feel tired at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Do you want to reach for a cup of coffee every day and you know that coffee is depleting your adrenal glands and causing you to dehydrate, ruining your skin? There's like 15 pieces of content right there. Are you dehydrated? Do you have bad skin? Are you adrenal fatigue? Da-da-da-da-da. This oil, this tangerine oil, just by infusing it, is actually going to reduce your fatigue. Here's the science. You should buy some of my aromatherapy. Do you see what I just did there? There's a difference between selling a product and offering a solution. We're not selling anything. We are offering solutions to a problem. Right? Always take it back when you have something you do to what is the problem this solves. So what is the mission, right? I help people heal using aromatherapy. Okay? I help people heal using aromatherapy. What transformation will I help my clients achieve? What transformation will I help my clients achieve through my zone of genius? I help you to achieve insulin independence through using my CMOS. Boom. I help other actors to book their first role. I help actors understand how to get started in this business. I help support pregnant women as a doula. Right? So we have to figure out how we serve. So important, guys. Being of service will allow you to do whatever you want with that beautiful resource that is money. If you want to go open up a homeless shelter, if you want to go start a charity, but I can almost all but guarantee, as soon as you start making it and you start seeing how hard it is to make it, right? Not hard, but how much you have to work for it. You know, no one's giving it to you. There's no boss handing it to you. There's no government assistance handing it to you. You're going to say, man, I had to really put a lot of effort into this. I want to work with people who also understand the effort. And that's where you'll actually find yourself shifting from, I want to be charitable and I want to hire employees. My goal, guys, if you want to hear my goals outside of helping people heal, I'd love to have 100 people working for Detox by Declo, 100 people getting paid well so that they're not, they're free from the matrix. How powerful is that? But every one of us is entitled to, what we decide to do. And if you're passionate about helping homeless people, honey, more power to you, but use your skills to create the resources to be in a place that you then can truly help, and you are the one writing the check, and you are the one in control of how this organization goes. You're not begging businesses, profitable businesses, because this is what I've seen in the nonprofit sector, is you're actually going to businesses to beg. You're not even in control. You're like, I have this nonprofit 501c4 and I want to help homeless people. And all you end up doing is going to Nike, going to Adidas, going to these places to beg for money. So you're better off saying, I know how to help people make money through rentals. I'm going to teach you how to make money through a rental property. And then boom, you have the power. You have the upper hand. Perhaps you then buy a Section 8 housing. Okay, so we need to nail down what your business mission is through your zone of genius and what is the transformation you have. I want to help people heal through childhood trauma. I help people heal. I help you release childhood trauma to live an empowered adult life. Right? Beautiful. Beautiful. So the final page of this, we're going to just talk about some of this. We dive really deep. Thank you for the badges, guys. You guys are awesome. So yeah, so someone asked, how do I work for Ginger? So I try to mainly, not every single person who works for me, but most of my employees actually come from the inside. Okay, so Emily, who's here in the chat, Emily, who's actually literally staying with me for the next 2 weeks, she's staying with me for 3 weeks. I flew her out here from Buffalo, okay? She did the program. She invested in my program. She knows what this is about. She believes in the mission. She was a student first. And after the program, she sent me her resume and I liked it. We did an interview and she got hired. So I mainly hire people who do my program. My coaches were students first, okay? And almost everyone who's on the team has done the detox, if they came through or not. So like I said, I try to practice what I preach. Health is wealth, and hire from inside of my own community. All right. So this focus is on you creating your own wealth, oh guys. So this is where we get into creating content around your business idea, right? We dive really deep in this in the business course, okay? But this is this is a free training. This is more a little surface level to get you interested and get you excited. So content is king. I want to help mothers cultivate trauma processing tools so they can be present mothers and impactful leaders at work and in business. Content is king. Okay? So we have TikTok. We have Instagram. We have YouTube, right? We have these free tools. We have Twitter. We have these free advertising tools. I hope you understand, there has never been a time in history where it was easier to become a business owner. Let me repeat that. There has never been a time in history that is easier for you or I to become a business owner. Don't get caught up in the lies of the lack. Do not get caught up in that. You need to shift your mindset, and we do a lot of mindset work because a lot of us are told, because of the color of our skin, because of the places we come from, because of our background, that we'll never succeed because we are just too far behind the 8 ball. And that is a bunch of bullshit. Because honey, when you are a business owner, when you are healthy and wealthy, you're free. You are free. You are free. So they keep us enslaved in our minds. They keep us enslaved in our minds. So you need to work on your mindset. If anything I've been saying today about money and creating wealth has been triggering you, you're in a slavery mindset, babe. You have been lied to. You are capable, smart, and an incredible human being who deserves everything that you could ever set your eyes on, especially things that are of service and are helping the collective of humanity to progress and to be a better place to live. No more limiting beliefs, right? So someone said, what about for hairstyles? I want to help enhance natural beauty in women, but I don't know how this works for me. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. What is the solution? What is the solution, hun, that your natural hair care solves? And what, in what area does your message help change their mindset? Really appreciate the badges, guys. Thank you so much. So for you, darling, you know, I have curly hair. Are you losing the front of your hair? I had lack of hair in the front. I mean, I have some nice ass hair. This is that Detox by Jaclue hair, okay? Not to toot my own horn, just a little bit. But how is it that, babe, you can share on your social media? Are you ashamed of your hairline? Does your hairline cause you to have insecurity? How peaceful and happy will you be when your hairline comes back? I have a course for you. I have this program for you. Join me, right? But you have to establish before, and let me say something else too. Let me get into this. Can I just tell you guys, you don't need a website. You don't even need the product yet. You don't need the website. You don't need the branding photos. You don't need the trademarks. You don't need all the things. You need people who will buy it from you first. Right? So focus really heavily on creating an audience who trusts you. Like I said, don't get tripped up with, well, I only have this many followers. No, if you are offering real valuable solutions, and I just want to also say, it will not be your friends and family. Not one of my friends and family has ever bought any of my programs or products or done anything with me. It will never be people you know. So stop looking to them for approval. If they're working a 9 to 5 and you're trying to escape and be free, you think they're going to be supportive? No, because they believe that the only way they're going to make their money is through working 9 to 5. And you're like, I'm trying to kind of break out of that. So stop looking to your friends and family to support you. They're not. They're in their small-mindedness. You're breaking out of that. The people who are going to support you are going to be strangers. That is a fact. Strangers will be the ones who will give you thousands of dollars, not your friends and family. Okay? So, how do you want your people to feel? Okay? Through your message. So you want to make them aware that you understand their pain. Like, I get it. Your hairline sucks. I get it. You're using more and more insulin, and you're not better. So it's like kind of scary, because then you can lead them down that, like, well, if you don't, right? If you don't fix this, this is what happens. You end up in a diabetic coma and you die. Right? Like, that's a real pain. I have the solution. This solution is going to be your health and your freedom. Okay? So, again, you want to help change their mindset, and everybody here can kind of look at these different things. Like, the kind of big overarching themes that your content can lead them to is feeling peace of mind, breaking the mold, okay? Freedom. Maybe, like someone said, teaching them finances, teaching them designing their house, okay? Teaching them how to design their house, finding love, finding peace, finding peace. Do you teach breath work? Cool. I'm doing my breath work. I look so cool. Right? Someone said inner child healing. I do this breath work. And it helps heal that inner child. It gives me peace. Right? So, you want to help your audience and your message, take your audience from a state of fear, okay, because it's scary. Like, it's truly scary. And, you know, we live in an era, just fact of life, where the media is saying, look at how great Lizzo is. Look at how amazingly talented she is. She weighs almost 400 pounds, but we should all love ourselves. The reality is, being 400 pounds leads to you to be sick. Someone needs to be the one, and you will have power. You will gain an audience if you can be the one to speak truth. Hey, the reality of being overweight is diabetes. Right? So shock them a little bit. Hey, insulin, it's expensive. It's going to make you broke. Be an arbiter of truth, guys, with your message. Hey, are you getting perms? Perms cause fibroids. Let me show you how to do natural styling so you look fabulous and you aren't poisoning your body. Right? So you kind of need to scare them a little bit and show them, like, your problems are serious. Who knows where you're going to go if you don't fix this? And that should make them feel excited, relieved, curious. Maybe your content, maybe it's the first time they ever saw you. So they're curious, like, I don't know who this person is. I own a body sculpting and sauna business. However, I want my brand to be all about health and wellness. My struggle is content creation. How does going to the sauna solve a pain point? Right? Again, we're not copying people, but what, 7 side effects of, are you on metformin? Right? Diabetes guy. Are you on metformin? 7 side effects. Boom, 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 boom. And if you're nervous, like, again, we're going to get really into the content in the business course, but this is like to give you the broad overview of how you make that content. Your content needs to address their pain. They need to trust that you get their pain, that perhaps you solved the pain they have. For instance, I was sick. I have not a lot of pictures, sadly. I wish I had more pictures. Man, it really pisses me off. But let me just say a little quick side note. Who takes pictures of themselves when they're sick? Not me. I certainly wasn't. I was like, ew, I want to die. Somebody come to help me. So anyways, if you have the content, if you have the pictures of, here's me at 250 pounds and I was sick, I was in pain, my joints hurt, blah, 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 blah. Here's me before I became the mother that I wanted to. And that creates that relatability and trust. Right? You understand, guys? So now it's time to nail down a couple of content ideas, okay? You know what their pain is. We've established what their pain is. We know what their pain is. Address it and offer the solution as something they buy. That's the key to content. Call to action. Right? Call to action. You're doing a great service to humanity literally just by informing them. You are educating for free. They're getting free education that's probably taking you years and years. Like the stuff I do on my page, my free page is so valuable. I offer a shitload of value on my free stuff, right? But the call to action is, if you want the full solution, you're going to have to pay me because I have value. There's going to have to be a currency exchange. I can tell you straight up. Let me just tell you a fact. When I first got started, okay, my first 3 clients, I worked with them for free. And can you guys guess the results I got? Zilch, nada, nothing. They quit. Why? Because they had invested nothing into the work. They had invested no currency into the work. There was no energy exchange. There was nothing keeping them on me. There was nothing keeping them working with me. And when things got challenging, this was free. I'm going to just quit now. No one will work for, you should never work for free, and people don't respect it for free. I'm telling you straight up. They need to invest in you. This is a currency exchange, bro. Escape your lack mindset. You definitely don't want to work with people who expect your stuff for free. You do not want to work with that kind of client. Okay? The more someone's invested, actually, the more they're going to work harder. True story. The more they pay, truly, is the more they're going to say, hey, I paid for this. I'm trying to do this work. I'm trying to get the return on investment. And maybe sometimes you can actually put in like how much return on the investment. Let's say, for instance, my standard detox program is $3K. Well, if you're not sick anymore, just not having sick days, you already got your return back because you're healthy, right? Like the return is almost instant because now you don't have sick days. So now, the return is, you don't have to go to the emergency room. So I break that down when I'm doing my webinars of like, here's the cost of being sick. My investment's only $3K. You're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this is a bargain. What's the ROI? Hey, you're going to the hairdresser. You're getting all these weaves and perms and you're spending thousands of dollars a month. To work with me, it's only, let's say $1,500 and you're fixed. And you just saved yourself in 1 year, honey. You're going to save yourself this much money. Like sometimes we can break that down as well. Now that's something that's a little more of an advanced topics that we go into in the business course. But let's nail down a couple pieces of content before we go, because I only can do these lives for an hour. So you know the pain. Now you can also use these prompts to discover 1 to 2 pieces of content and then use them to attract some clients. Okay. So what were your initial failed attempts at achieving your goal? What did you desperately want to achieve? What did the eventual victory look like? Right? Nini says, I'm already in Ginger's class and already getting return on my investment. Thank you, Nini. I appreciate that. So how, for my CMOS guy, you're ready, bro. Right? He says, I had high blood pressure. This is a picture of me sick and on the hospital bed. I took this CMOS. I did these steps and I'm better. Do you want this step? Do you want to feel better? DM me to talk. Link in bio. I think DMing is better. I don't think you should ever put link in bio. I think always DM, comment, I'm in, engage in your content. Right? Engage, like, hey, comment. I've always said, comment, I'm in, and we'll talk. And we can have a discussion about what you need. Right? Are you tired of having migraines from your perm? Right? Well, comment I'm in, and I'm going to teach you how to get healthy hair. And that's how you do your sales in the DM. Right? Do you feel like your legs there's so many things that are related to this person who has the sauna business. Lipedema, lymphedema, swelling, bloating, stomach aches, cramping. That there's I could list 12 things right now off the top of my head, and you say, do you have this? Well, comment I'm in, and we can talk about booking you a service at my spa. Do you feel me, guys? It's not that hard. Do you want to learn how to here's me on set. I got this job as an actor. Comment I'm in. I'll give you the exact laid out steps in order to you get on set too. Right? This is how it works. So if you guys take some time now or maybe a little bit after this call, think of how you could create a piece of content, 1 or 2 pieces, right? And you could say how you understand that pain and how you can offer the solution. If they want the solution, they will have to work with you. Okay, so your action steps for today are to get your wellness steps in as best you can from today and yesterday. And tomorrow on day 3, I want you to watch day 3 with me so I can show you the exact steps. Tomorrow we're going to go over how it is that you're going to take and all this information, this little taste of what we learned, okay? You're going to take this, right? And I'm going to teach you how to get the body of your dreams, get your health together, as I have hundreds of testimonials, as I know what I'm doing, and get your finances together, baby. We're going to help to confirm your zone of genius. For those of you who are like, I don't even know my zone of genius, I'm confused, right? Because you have so much brain fog, you need clarity. We're going to help you nail down your ideal client, right? We're going to help you nail that down, build your audience, right? And sell your product and course to find true health and wealth. Or as I call this 3-day training, wealth and wellness. Okay, so this is what we want to work on. So I really love you guys. I hope you guys got a lot of value from today. This was really valuable stuff. Don't sleep on it. Like I said, my girl Allie Cat, who's in the chat, she is the owner of the business, The Limitless Launch. I mean, what kind of, that's the best name. That's why I hired her. She actually didn't do the detox first. I hired her as The Limitless Launch to help me launch my May groups. She helped me with that. And we came together and said, we need to take our years and, hundreds of thousands of dollars in business course training, the over $10 million in course launching and product launching information, and bring it to my audience, because you guys need this too. You guys need this. You need this palatable info. So Ali Cat G in the chat, she's amazing. And we came together and built this together. So you are getting the most expert information on building wealth, building health that you can imagine. It's really beautiful, guys. So I hope you are really appreciating what we've brought together here today, just in this free trainings. So like I said, we'll be on tomorrow at 10. Remember, tomorrow it will be on Webinar Jam, because I have to take you guys through a lot of slides. You might want to bring a pen and paper. There will be a checklist that you're going to get with tomorrow. Tomorrow's training comes with a checklist. So, so just FYI, we are going to be doing that checklist tomorrow, and it's definitely going to be definitely a bigger, deeper dive into what it's like to work with us and how you are going to take your business from $0 to $10,000, right? How are you going to take your business from $0 to $10,000? How are you going to think of a business? How are you going to come up with your idea? How are you going to take your passions, figure out your zone of genius in order to become wealthy and well? Because I'm telling you guys, you get this together, you are free from the matrix. You are free. It's a wrap. It's beautiful. And I'm so excited to be the arbiter of truth. I'm so proud of myself and grateful to my amazing team. Shout out to Emily, to Alyssa, Ali Cat, and to my girl Laura, who's one of my coaches, for being here today. I have been able to establish a company with 7 full-time employees, 11 total employees. I've hired and fired dozens of people, and I've helped thousands of people heal. And I've created an abundant life free from the system. No longer sick, no longer dependent on handouts from the government. As a Black woman who had a child who was chronically ill, honey, if I can do it, you can too. Biggest shift was mindset, followed by investing in myself, taking those massive risks and actions, and here we are today. So let me help you. Let me take you up the ladder with me, because it's no fun to be alone. They say it's lonely at the top. It's kind of lonely. I'm trying to get some more of you guys up here with me. Let's do it. So thanks so much for being here. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. On Webinar Jam. Please keep your eye out. Please keep your eye out for the emails for tomorrow. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day.